subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, Surah Al-Baqara, وَاسْتَعِينُوا بِالصَّبْرِ وَالصَّلَاةِ. Seek help through patience and prayer. وَإِنَّهَا لَكَبِيرَةٌ إِلَّا عَلَى الْخَاشِعِينَ. And indeed it is a difficult thing except for those who are submissive. So Allah says, إِسْتَعِينُوا بِالصَّبْرِ وَالصَّلَاةِ. When you're going through some difficulty in life, or you're going through some challenge, or something is hard for you, you should seek help. Whenever you need help for something, you should seek help. Of course, you ask Allah for help. But when you ask Allah for help, you don't sit there and you do nothing. You're supposed to do something too. You're supposed to do your part. When you do your part, what is your part? Allah says, seek help through sabr, patient perseverance. And I mentioned this in the Eid khutbah for those of you who were there. Patience means perseverance. And perseverance means that you keep going and doing what you're supposed to do despite the difficulty that's involved. And despite the fact that you may not be seeing immediate results. You're saying, where are the results? I don't see this working. This doesn't seem like it's the right thing to do, but you don't seem to be getting success the way that you're supposed to be measuring success. But you keep going. That is perseverance. Sabr was salah and prayer. You pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And He says, وَإِنَّهَا لَكَبِيرَةٌ. Indeed it is. Kabira means it's difficult. Meaning it's something that's hard, something that's challenging. So Imam Ibn Kathir in his tafsir, he reflects on this and he asks a question. He says, is the word kabira, difficulty, is it referring to salah? Because that's what immediately precedes it. So is it basically trying to say that prayer is hard? Or is he trying to say that something else is hard? What's hard? Is it the prayer? Because if we take the first interpretation, and some scholars have said this, they said that prayer, salah, is feminine. It says, وَإِنَّهَا لَكَبِيرَةٌ. It, referring to the most immediate thing, which is also feminine, linguistically. There's nothing feminine about prayer. The word itself is feminine. That is difficult. So you say, see, Allah is saying that prayer is difficult. So that could be the case. But then he says, but the second interpretation, and this is the one that Imam Ibn Kathir favors, and he said this is the stronger interpretation. He said the isti'ana, the act of trying to seek help through these things is difficult. So the prayer may be difficult, but praying when you're in difficulty and persevering when you're going through a difficulty is difficult. Because what's the easier thing to do? The easier thing to do is, I don't feel like praying. I'm not getting anywhere. This doesn't seem like it's going my way. And you start saying all these things and you say, I'm just going to watch a movie. I'm just going to go and socialize with my friends. I'm going to go do something else to distract myself. But what we should be doing is we should be focusing on prayer. We should be focusing on patience. It says, إِلَّا عَلَى الْخَاشِعِينَ. Who is it easy for? Who can do this without being too difficult for them? The khashi'in, the people who submit themselves. The word khushu', you probably heard this before. We want to have more khushu' in our salah. Khushu' means humility. It means submission. It means concentration in the context of prayer. It comes from the word khashi'in. The people who have khushu' in their prayers. The people who submit themselves to Allah and say, oh Allah, we belong to you. You're in control of us. We want to do the right thing. We want to focus on our prayer. If you have this idea, you say, you know what, oh Allah, I am your servant. Oh Allah, I'm going to give you priority. That makes it easier for you to do the isti'ana, the help, seeking the help, and it makes your prayer easier for you as well. So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us among the khashi'in, among the submissive people to Allah. Ameen wa sallallahu ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. Assalamu alaikum. There's a phone that was found. If anyone is missing it, you can identify.